Hello, Sammy?
Hey, come on in.
Where are you?
I gotta finish brushing my teeth, okay?
Okay.
Just wait at the counter for a second.
Okay.
We had already done 2 investigations. Going into this third one, I wondered to myself, what if nobody shows up? I mean, people must know that Dateline is out there doing another investigation. Well, in fact, we had guys show up who had seen our previous shows and came in anyway. And Daniel Polito was one of them. How are you tonight? Why don't you have a seat right there, please? And do me a favor, keep your hands out of your pockets, okay? What are you up to tonight?
Nothing.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing or nothing good?
Nothing good.
Nothing good.
No.
Yeah, who are you here to see?
That girl on the internet.
The girl on the internet. And what is that girl's name?
I think it was Sammy.
Sammy.
Yeah.
Right. And how old is Sammy?
I don't know. She said that she was 14.
And how old are you?
I'm 40.
40. And you think it's okay to come
No,
see
it's
a
not.
13-year-old
No,
girl
not.
at 40?
It's not okay.
Then why did you do it?
You know what?
What?
It's gonna seem crazy,
Try me.
but I was gonna tell her that there's a lot of people do that stuff like that. I wasn't gonna do anything to her because it happened to one of my cousins.
And then he goes into this long story about how one of his young female relatives had actually been killed by a potential predator. What happened to one of your cousins?
She got raped,
Really?
and
By somebody she met on the internet?
Yes. And
And how old is that cousin of yours?
she's dead. She's dead.
She's dead.
Yes.
She was killed?
Well, the first time that she got raped, she didn't get killed, but she got killed after that.
Your cousin was raped
Yes.
by someone she met on the internet. And how old was she?
She was 16.
16.
Yes, sir.
That must have had a big impact on your family.
Told me about it.
And what was her name? We looked into Polito's story and we were unable to confirm that in fact it had happened. So based upon that, you decided to come over here and tell Sammy about the dangers of talking
Yes.
to strangers on the internet.
Yes.
And what were you going to tell her?
I was going to tell her, look, you know what? If you keep doing this, I mean, there's no other people like me, but there's other people that is kind of dangerous, and they can do it to you. I know I show myself to her on the internet.
What do you mean you showed yourself to her?
I mean, I show her my webcam,
Yes.
and
And what?
that's the only reason, you know, because I mean, people like that get killed.
So I'm confused. You showed her what on your webcam?
Me,
You
Yes.
doing what?
she's naked,
Naked.
to get her attention.
You pose naked on your webcam, so a 13-year-old girl could see it because you wanted to teach her a lesson.
Well, you can say that.
Yeah. So this is like a tough love thing?
No.
No. I'm not there to be a detective. You know, I'm there to get information as a reporter. And obviously I'm not going to let them take advantage of me, you know, if I'm getting jerked around. But I'm there to get information, not to, you know, punish these guys. Well, what is it exactly?
It's like I told you, just to make sure that, you know, she don't do stuff like
Get
that.
attention. So you sent these, you allowed her to see these pictures of yourself.
Yes.
This,
Yes.
that's you.
Yeah.
And you're, what, masturbating there?
Playing with myself.
Playing with yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
And you knew that a 13-year-old girl was going to see those.
Yes.
And you did this just to teach her a lesson,
Well, basically, yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Do you see why that's hard to believe?
I know, yeah. It is. It is.
First of all, you lied and told her you were 30, and you're really 40.
I'm 40.
Right.
Exactly.
You say you're cute, you don't look 13. You ask where she is, just asking because I'm naked. Right. You ever see a naked guy before? You ever feel a blank before?
Yeah.
Yeah. What have you done? Did you like it? How old was the guy? Will you give a slang for oral sex? But remember, I'm 30. It sounds like you wanted to date her, not teach her a lesson about the dangers
Well,
of
you know,
I mean, I guess she would have
yeah.
learned about the dangers of the internet had I not been there and had she been here, huh?
Well, you gotta make it sound like that, you know, so they can believe you.
And have you done this sort of thing before where you've tried to teach a girl a lesson?
No. This is the very, very first time I do stuff.
Very first time. Why even talk to somebody who you think is 13 years old, huh?
Stupid,
It was stupid.
Yeah, it's stupid.
So why don't
You
you?
know, I'm gonna tell you straight up. I had a stepdaughter,
Yeah.
and she was, well, we separated from my wife. I have a 5-year-old kid,
Right.
and my stepdaughter, and she was, at the moment, she was 14, and she was doing the same thing, playing on the internet.
Right.
And she met a guy. He wasn't old enough, but he was like 17, but she was 14 at the moment. And I swear to, I got so pissed. I even told my ex, you know what? I don't want her. She's not gonna go by the rules in the house.
So wait. So you're telling me that you had a 14-year-old stepdaughter who met a guy on the internet to have sex,
No. She met him, you know, just to
Right.
to be friends.
to be friends,
By-
and that upset you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're upset, and you didn't want her meeting
Well,
guys
I
on the
told her,
internet.
you know why you gotta go.
So
by the
you
rules.
walk into this house to meet a 13-year-old girl.
I know,
Why is that okay? You know, as a parent, you know, when somebody comes in and tells me a story like Polito did about how his stepdaughter had met somebody online, and he's all upset about that when it comes to his stepdaughter, but he's willing to walk into somebody else's house and meet somebody else's daughter? I mean, that's the ultimate hypocrisy. Would you be okay if a grown man of 40 years old walked into your home to meet your daughter?
Of course not. Of course not.
Then why is it okay for you to do this?
I know. Stupid. Very stupid.
So that all that stuff about teaching her a lesson and being the protector, that's a big lie. Then.
No, it's what I was gonna tell her too.
Why couldn't you just tell her
I don't know.
in the internet? Why couldn't you just say this is a bad idea? You're young. You shouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, it's true.
Why not call this internet service provider and say, look, there's a girl here. She might be in danger.
It's true.
But you didn't do any of that, did you?
No.
No, you came here. Did you bring condoms with you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I did.
You did bring condoms.
Yes, I did.
And what part of the lesson
I wasn't gonna use them. I was gonna give them to her.
you were going to give her condoms?
And tell her, look, if you're gonna do this, it's on your own.
All right, so you just came over to tell her it's a bad idea to talk to guys on the internet, but if you're going to talk, here, use some condoms. Danny, that doesn't wash.
I know.
It doesn't wash.
Well, I'm sorry.
Why don't you start again and just tell me what your plan was tonight?
Just to meet her.
Just to meet her.
Yeah.
But the condoms, the sex talk.
I know. I never done this before. I mean, I have never been in problems with the police.
Do you ever watch TV, Danny?
Yes.
Do you ever watch Dateline NBC?
Yes.
Have you ever seen our stories on computer predators?
Yes.
This is one of them. Now, if there's anything else you'd like to say for yourself,
No, that's it.
then obviously you're free to leave.
Thank you.
I think some of these guys truly believe that Dateline can't be everywhere. You know, what are the odds of it happening to me? Law enforcement can't be everywhere. I'm not going to get caught.
Walk all the way to the street.
Stop.
Turn around.
There's another group of guys who I think, you know, are so caught up in the chats and the addictions of the porn sites that they get to a point where nothing will satisfy them but a face-to-face
Give me a set of
meeting.
handcuffs.
And that's when they blur that line between fantasy and reality, and that's when we see them show up at one of our houses.
Go ahead and turn around for me. Put your hands behind your back.
I'm doing it out of a fantasy, not out of.
How can it be a fantasy when you send a picture of your penis to her?
I said, okay, are the sex pics? And she said, okay, 12 years old. The girl's 12 that you're talking to.